Alright, aka Padders, we're doing something a little bit different for this video. We're discussing the Dune franchise as a whole and its meaning to me, Peter A. DeLuca, aka Pad. And really, this franchise is deeply connected to my family. I want to just speak to you, heart to heart, about how some of these stories get into our lives in ways that we don't anticipate as time goes on. Alright, aka Padders, welcome back to the channel. Peter A. DeLuca here, aka Pad69, and you guys know it, stay with me, know through Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the vast multiverse as your eclectic one. Right here, I just want to put up a picture of my father, because he's the one that introduced Dune to me. He would quote and cite Dune as I was growing up, and I did not know what UZI was, or a Quasar Sadrak. Had no idea. And eventually he introduced me to the Dune movie. And as a kid, it freaked me the F out, the David Lynch 1984 Dune. And keep in mind, aka Padders, living in Philly, I'm literally, and I used to live there, but I lived right above the neighborhood that David Lynch shot Eraserhead in. David Lynch famously went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. He's technically a local, but that movie really freaked me out. But I got into it. I got obsessed with it. It was like one of the first movies, and thanks to my father, that I understood a little bit more about film production and what it meant to release a movie and what a director's name meant to be on a movie or to be removed from a movie. And I remember for a long time trying to find the extended cut at comic book conventions, flea markets, any place that I knew that sold old DVDs or bootleg DVDs. Sorry. Not until the Sci-Fi channel aired it. The Sci-Fi channel had the extended cut, and it blew my mind. It did have new scenes. It had a lot of the stuff that I would read about. I want to say I've read about them either in Comic Scene magazine or Starlog. I could be incorrect there, but my father had such a fun grip on the Dune stories, and he would always mention that it came in the magazine. He read Dune in the magazine, and later, I researched that, and that magazine was Omni, and Omni was a part of Bob Guccione's Penthouse Publishing empire, and my father, Tony, actually did like the Penthouse. So, with all of this, my father, like Tony, he gets to miss the Dune excitement. He gets to miss the anticipation of Dune movies as the years go on, with part one getting greenlit into part two. He's not here for that. Tony passed on, and Dune is really, the movie, like these new movies are the movies that I wish I could watch with him. Not just so much watch with him, but discuss with him, to see what he thought and see if he visualized certain things certain ways. But he was also a the generation that he comes from. If you didn't like a movie, you didn't like a movie. Moving on. He's not. His generation was not a part of this meta post-analysis. Let's drill into all the details about everything and beat it to death. Dune 1984 came and went in his mind. Really didn't like it. Moved on. I became obsessed with it because the more I knew about Dune, the more I understood Dune, the closer him and I got. And yes, this is the way we do things sometimes in life. We try and connect with people in different ways, and we try and share that. And Dune, in my household, was that. I mean, like, literally, I was probably the only person I know that was called UZI from an early age, and he would tell me I am the foundation of the pillar, and it was the stupidest, funniest crap you could ever imagine. So it's not always like some of these franchises, some of these properties, when they infect the culture and when they become as social as they are, it's not just a science fiction story. Sometimes in our lives, these properties transform. So tonight, I'm seeing this movie with a friend of mine that I've seen so many movies with. We had so many banger, drunk, picking up girls, doing crazy things, movie nights. We would just, the nights that we spent hundreds of dollars going out to the movies, because we would go to the bar before and after, some wild nights. And he became a Dune head unbeknownst to me, and he reached out to me randomly and said, yeah, what are you doing for Dune Part 2? And I said, oh yeah. I said, I don't know. And he goes, well, you want to go? And I'm like, geez, I didn't even know you were a Duner. So it's the franchise itself, continues to connect me with other people. And yes, I am on record. Dune is not only the greatest fiction ever written, it's the greatest science fiction ever written. It's the greatest book series or story. Yeah, so these books, these franchises, and Dune in particular, connects us with one another, and that's really the big point. And in a very large way, the spice is used in Dune to connect everyone. Alright, AKAPAD, subscribe, support, leave a comment. Wanted to get sentimental with all of you. Love you guys, rock and roll.